And so here's what we're going to do tonight for our recorded audience, as well as obviously for our live audience. I'm going to do a quick overview of this amazing new advertising platform that is about to launch its beta 2.0 version. And a lot of us, obviously, that are here live have been following this particular model for some of us for weeks, some of us for a few months. Some of us are a part of what I'm calling, this is me calling this beta 1. And very soon they're going to be launching beta number 2. Also, we have a good number of you that are on the live recording that have recently purchased a course that already folks are starting to get results in terms of high quality laser targeted leads of people that will ultimately become a part of this beta 2.0 as well. So what you're seeing right now, for those of you that are here live, is you're seeing we're making a modification of a presentation specific to that audience in Craigslist, and so hopefully you'll like this, and this will serve to stretch your vision and just kind of remind you of why we're promoting what we are promoting. All right, so there's this amazing new advertising platform that is about to launch, relaunch under 2.0 to the public. And in today's training, what we're going to do is we're going to reveal to you a believable path of generating $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents. Even if right now you're not good at marketing, if you're new at marketing, and we've got those little kids there sucking on the pacifier, maybe you feel like you suck at marketing right now. Well, here's the thing. If we get you to generating $500 to $1,500 a month in what we call cash equivalents, and you follow our game plan, you're not going to be sucking at marketing. You're going to get really good at it, and ultimately you're going to be able to develop multiple streams of income. Now, so this model is in the advertising space, and I want us to see just how big advertising is. The Super Bowl, where the Atlanta Falcons choked and let those New England Patriots win. No, I'm a Steelers fan. I didn't want to see the Patriots win a 5th ring. We've got 6 rings, and I don't want anybody else to impede on our territory. But in any event, in that Super Bowl, the Super Bowl commanded, Fox is the TV network that hosted the Super Bowl, $5 million to as much as $5.5 million for a 30-second ad. All right, so I want us to see just how big the advertising space is, and the advertising space is undergoing a metamorphosis. In 2016, for instance, $70 billion. This is just in U.S. dollar ad spending. $70 billion was spent, almost 71, in TV advertising. And right behind it was digital. Well, what's digital? Essentially, think all things the internet, all right? And a subset of digital is mobile. So you can see that TV still, excuse me for coughing in your ear, is garnering the lion's share of ad spend. But digital, internet ad spending, and mobile as a subset is starting to catch up. And so by 2020, they're still going to be spending a lot of money in TV advertising, but digital advertising will far outpace TV advertising. So advertisers are looking for new and innovative ways to get their messaging in front of a captive audience. You'll see here that mobile advertising will be on par with TV advertising. Now, here's what we need to understand. This is going to happen with or without us, okay? And up to this point, all of this ad spend, all of these billions upon billions of dollars in advertising dollars were being spent, but it wasn't impacting your pocket or my pocket or our bottom line until this new advertising platform, which is about to launch 2.0. Now, let's see who has been benefiting from advertising, what I've heretofore referred to as the advertising elite. Number 4 on the Forbes 400 list is Mark Zuckerberg, $55.5 billion. Many of us thought Facebook was a social media site. Well, it really is an advertising platform disguised as social media. What about Google? Larry Page, Sergey Brin, number 9 and 10 respectively on the Forbes 400. $76 billion when you do the numbers collectively they're worth. They're over there at Google. So a lot of us think of Google as a search platform, or free email with Gmail, or watching videos on YouTube. Google owns YouTube. But all of those are advertising platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Now, so advertising is big, big business. Now, with this new advertising platform that's about to launch its 2.0 version, we're going to be able to get a little piece of the pie, of that advertising pie. Okay, so now there is a dilemma that advertisers are running into. More and more people are actually watching more and more TV, maybe more than they ever have. But because of streaming services like Netflix, on-demand services, the ability to record your favorite shows, which is what I tend to do. I love my NFL football. Typically, I'll let the game run for about an hour. I'll record it, let it run for about an hour. So when I go to watch the game, I can fast forward through all the commercials, all the ads. And so they're saying that Netflix is killing the goose that laid the golden egg. While audiences are watching more and more TV than ever before, they're watching less of it live, causing revenue to shrink. So once again, this is one of the reasons why you see that there's this shift of billions of dollars in advertising starting to shift more to the internet, starting to shift more to mobile. Now, with that being said, you and I now can cash in with this launch of this new advertising platform 2.0. What this platform is looking for, they're looking for tens of millions of folks, ultimately all across the globe, that will be captive from the standpoint that they are willing to view advertisements, knowing they're being advertised to. And so what we want to do as beta testers of this system is we want to view these advertisements, and those things that appeal to us, if it was a product or service that we were going to buy or need to buy anyway, why don't we buy it from one of the companies that's doing advertising with this new advertising platform. So let me show you what's been happening in the first phase of beta. All right, some of you that are on here live, some of you that are viewing this on a recorded basis may be a part of the first phase of beta. Those of you that may be viewing this after the fact, particularly once 2.0 has launched, you'll be able to see how you're going to be able to participate with this new advertising platform. So here is something that came to us in beta phase 1. All right, it came right from our new platform. It says, here's another offer we need you to sign up for. It's a super simple email sign up. Literally takes 10 seconds. It's one of our favorites. So this came into our in our email. We simply clicked on the link that was up here. It took us to this page right here where we could put in our email address. Now, Wayfair is an e-commerce platform. So a lot of household goods. You can see that here. Whole lot of stuff. Basically anything you're looking for your household, furniture, decor, all that kind of stuff you can get from Wayfair. Now, so Wayfair goes to our advertising platform, the new advertising platform that we'll be leveraging. Or maybe the new advertising platform went to Wayfair. Somehow they made some type of connection, okay? We, as beta testers, we sign up. Now, we recommend that you do set up a totally separate email address from your personal email address specific to this project. Now, we do want to log into that email address. We want to look at the offers there. And if there are offers that appeal to us, then take them up on the offer. The more we do that, don't put your family in harm's way. If it's not anything you weren't going to purchase or didn't need to purchase, don't just purchase for the sake of purchasing. But if you're going to purchase this kind of stuff anyway, you might as well do it from one of the advertisers that's connected with the advertising platform. Why? Because we're going to get rewarded for that. All right? And so this way, now sites like Wayfair and other companies and brands essentially have a captive audience. All right, so what happened is once I registered, immediately I got a 10% off coupon. So as a beta tester, guess what? I'm now a lot more inclined when I need to purchase something that Wayfair has to go to Wayfair, exercise my 10% off, but also understanding that, man, here's an advertiser working with our new advertising platform. Our new advertising platform is going to reward us when we are doing these types of actions. So there's a myriad of different actions that we're ultimately going to have. Things as simple as registering your email address for email offers. Again, we strongly suggest that you set up a totally separate email account for this project. But you do want to go in and check it. I check it on a daily basis. Let's do right by the advertisers so that the advertisers will want to continue to advertise with a new advertising platform. So just go in, maybe once a day, check, see if there's some promotional offers that you might be interested in. If so, take advantage of them. If not, then close out and be about your day. We'll do things like surveys. All right, so in beta 1, there were the opportunity for you to register and do surveys. When we do these things, then the advertising companies are going to pay the new advertising platform that we're talking about, and then we're going to be rewarded for that. And then there's even going to be sweepstakes that we can register for, and even product giveaways that we can register for. So here's an example of a product giveaway, okay? Now, why would a company be willing to give away a free trial of their product? Well, because they pretty much know their numbers. They know that a percentage of people that get the product, let's say it was a weight loss offer, okay? And so if you register for this weight loss offer, look at the data you're giving them. You're giving them your name, you're giving them your address and phone number. That's probably a cell phone number. Your email address. All right, so they've got some great data on you. They send you the weight loss product. Let's say you need to lose 20 pounds, and the first month you didn't really change your eating habits or what have you. You just took the product and you lost 5 or 6 pounds. Guess what? You're probably going to order, more of the product so you can lose some more weight. And then all of a sudden, somebody's going to see you. They're going to say, in my case, I got a big old fat head. They're going to say, man, your head's not as fat. What happened? What happened to your fat head, man? You don't have a fat head anymore. What are you doing? And now all of a sudden we would become a referral source. Hey, I'm taking this product. I got a free trial. You want to try it out or what have you? So companies know that if they get their products in the hand of consumers, if it's a good product, a percentage of those consumers are going to come back and buy again, and again, and might even become referral sources without that company having to pay referral fees. All right, so that's why companies do things like this. And in situations like this, giveaways like this, sometimes command $40, $50, $60 a lead. So imagine if we filled out a form like this and the new advertising platform got paid $50 or $60 for our filling this out. And then the new advertising platform said, hey, we're going to pay a portion of that out to our beta testers. So that is the potential that we're talking about. So what's going to happen is that each action is going to have a certain amount that's paid out to the advertising platform. From that, they're going to assign each action a certain amount of points. Now, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to come over here to the company's redemption center, and we're going to be able to redeem those points for all sorts of cool stuff. Consumer and electronics, so things like laptops and big screen TVs and anything you can think of from an electronic standpoint. Cameras, luggage and bags, watches, clocks, kitchen things, and outdoor recreation, golf clubs, all kinds of stuff, okay? In time, there'll even be travel packages that you'll be able to accumulate your points and apply those points towards travel packages. But let me tell you what we want to focus on, all right? Because what we want to do is we want to scale this to not only the potential of $500 to $1,500 a month in what we call cash equivalents, and we'll explain what a cash equivalent is in just a moment, but we ultimately want to take this model and scale it to a 6, perhaps even a 7-figure business. And yes, I'm even talking about those of you that say right now I'm not good, I'm new, I stink, I suck at marketing, all right? Because that's not going to be the case for much longer. All right, so what we want to do is we want to take these points and we want to convert those into gift cards. Gift cards like a Walmart gift card or an Amazon gift card or a Target gift card, okay? There may be, I don't know this to be true just yet, there may be even gift cards where it's like a MasterCard or a Visa or American Express gift card. If it's like that, where it's basically a debit card, then this makes even more sense. All right. So let's just go with, let's say, like a Walmart gift card. Let's say that in time you have accumulated enough points to convert those points into $1,000 worth of Walmart gift cards. Now, this is what we call a cash equivalent. Why? Because now you don't have to spend the cash. You use the gift card in lieu of the cash. You get to keep the cash in your pocket. And that's what we call a cash equivalent. And so when version 2.0 launches, which we're hearing is just days from now, by the time some of you may be seeing this on a recorded basis, it may have already launched. When it launches, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to allow you to generate somewhere, the target is between $500 to $1,500 a month in those cash equivalents. But here's the beautiful part, is anyone that's in your household that's 18 or above can do the same thing, okay? They can do the same thing. So if you're married like I am, and we've got 3 children still in the household, we've got 2 of them 18 and above. So my 2 sons that are 18 and above, my wife, yours truly, all 4 of us can be registered. All 4 of us can pay attention to the advertisements, do our daily actions, and all 4 of us can generate up to $500 to $1,500 a month. That's the target in cash equivalent. Now, a couple other things that's going to happen that's going to be beautiful once 2.0 launches is there's going to be an amazing travel club that just by being a part of the new advertising platform, you will have access to this travel club. Now, this travel club, there are places online that sell this type of travel club membership for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 or more. And my wife and I know, because we purchased a travel club membership a little more than a year ago for $5,000. Okay, you're going to get access to a travel club membership as a part of your membership with this new advertising platform. Wholesale pricing, they have not, normally when you go, let's say like Expedia, or you purchase a travel club membership, the pricing that you get inside is not the wholesale pricing. They've added a little bit, so that whoever you're buying that travel portal from is making some money on the back end, which, not a problem. That's just how business goes. But your pricing is going to be wholesale pricing, okay? And that's just going to be a benefit of you being a part of this new advertising platform. There's also going to be a shopping portal once 2.0 launches. Now, it may launch immediately as 2.0 launches. It may be maybe a few days afterwards or what have you. What we've been told is that with the shopping portal, you'll go in the shopping portal and you'll buy stuff that you normally buy. All right, don't buy stuff that you don't need or don't have to buy. But stuff you're going to buy, you're going to shop online anyway. Shop from your own portal. What we're being told is that we're going to be rewarded when that happens. And that's also going to be commissionable events as well. So it's going to pay out through the network. And again, that shopping portal is going to be yours as a benefit of your membership. Now, what I want to do is I want to transition, and I want to talk to those of you that really want to have a major lifestyle change. And $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents is good. It's fantastic, particularly if you have people in your household that are 18 and above, and they're doing the same thing. So that if it's 2 of you or 3 of you or 4 of you, times the potential of $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents, that's awesome. But now let's scale this up. All right, let's scale this up to potentially a 6 or a 7-figure business. Now, how are we going to do that? We've got a pledge that we're taking, those of us that want to scale to a 6 or 7-figure business. And it says, number 1, 3 tenets. It says, let's commit to enough actions to generate $500 to $1,500 a month personally from our cash equivalent. So I'm committing that I'm going to do enough daily actions. Now, how many actions will that be? How long will that take? They're telling us about 30 to 45 minutes a day. All right. And the idea is for you to do 30 to 45 minutes a day in and around your regular day. So maybe you're spending a little bit before you go to work, maybe sometime during lunch, maybe when you get off of work, you finish up, whatever your actions may be. It may be putting in for an email address, maybe doing a survey that day, maybe registering for a free product giveaway, so on and so forth. So we want to do enough actions to where we are going to be able to generate personally $500 to $1,500 a month in cash equivalents. That's tenet number 1. Tenet number 2 is we want to take our cash equivalents and we don't want to just go spend all the money. So let's say you had $1,000 in a Walmart gift card. You don't have to spend $1,000 in cash that you would have been spending for the month, let's say. Okay? Well, don't go out and spend all $1,000 on doodads. What we want to do is we want to be very smart business people. We want to take 50% of that as a minimum to as much as 100% of those cash equivalents. And we want to recap it, reinvest it back into our business in the form of the proper tools. All right. If you're going to be successful making money online, there's certain tools you need to have. You need to have lead capture pages. You need to have autoresponders. You need to have maybe even mobile marketing, what have you. So we want to have the proper tools. We want to have the resources. One of the things that we just introduced to our audience, there's a gentleman that we've done business with for years. He has become a master at lead generation, and he just launched a Craigslist course. We already have people that are taking advantage of that, already starting to get leads. Some people getting leads for the first time because of that course. Well, that course has an outlay, all right? Well, listen, if you generated cash equivalents and you don't have that course, you get the cash equivalents, and now because you've got cash there, you go and you purchase a course like that. You learn how to, very simple to learn, how to generate self-generated leads, and then ultimately even paid marketing. In time, we want to scale up our business so that the more money we make, the more money we can reinvest back into our business in the form of marketing and just get more and more and more eyeballs to what we're doing. All right, so the first part is let's do enough action so that we make enough in our cash equivalent so that we can now take 50 to 100% of that, reinvest it back into our business, recap it, recapitalize it back in our business in the form of proper tools, resources, and paid marketing. And that's going to allow us to get this messaging out. And eventually, you're going to have people that's going to join you in the network side of this new advertising platform. The third thing we're going to do is as people come aboard with the advertising platform, all right, part of your lineage, part of your organization, they're going to do their actions. They're going to earn their points. We hope that they will follow our messaging and recap it, in terms of getting the proper tools, resources, so on and so forth. Whether they do or not, by them doing their actions to earn their points and their cash equivalent, you're going to earn commissions. So when you do your own activity, you earn points that you can now convert into gift cards. When anyone in your organization does or completes those activities, they get their points, you're going to get commission overrides. And that can be anywhere from a penny, a quarter, $1 as an override, could be even more. We've been using 10 cents as our example. We've been told that 10 cents is probably going to be very, very conservative. So just imagine that someone's in your organization, they do a few actions each day, and you're earning, overrides every day that they're doing their actions. So now, as we earn these commissions, we want to take a minimum of 25% of these commissions and recap them also back into our business in the form, again, of the proper tools, the resources, and the paid marketing. So let me just show you real quickly how that could work, okay? And then we'll start to transition into some training about our marketing system called CRB. Give me a moment. Let me get a little water here. Okay, so the numbers I'm about to show are based on what we have ascertained, what we've been, what's been shared with us in the beta form, in the beta phase 1. Obviously, as we go into beta phase 2, then we'll be able to see how all the numbers shake out. And if we have to make some adjustments to these numbers, we'll make adjustments to them. I will tell you that in beta phase 1, there was a payout, and the company actually didn't pay out as much as they were anticipating for a variety of reasons. But had they paid out exactly what they were anticipating, our average override per person in our organization at that time would have been about $65 per person that was in our organization. So you imagine if we come anywhere close to that, 100 people at $65 on average is, $650. No, I'm sorry. Is that right? or 65. Well, wait a minute, no, that's 6,500. Let me do that right. Just 100 folks. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's just stay with here. Let's stay with my calculator because these were numbers that we would have seen. Okay, I'm not going to do anything right here. I'm not going to do anything right here. Okay. All right. So what we saw in beta is the potential of $65 in revenue for every person that was in our organization. Some people were doing action, some people weren't. Okay. Let's say in time, let's say that you just had 10 people doing actions and you were earning an average of $65 per person in your organization. This is crazy. This is crazy because in most network marketing type of outfits, you might earn somewhere between $3 to $5 per month per active person in your organization. All right. You're talking $650. All right. So what we would say here is, let's say that you were doing your own. I'll tell you what, let's put this up against this whiteboard. It'll make it easier. Just bear with me, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so let's say that you just had 10 people in your organization. First off, let's say that we're doing our actions to generate $500 to $1,500 a month in these cash equivalents. So I'll go in the middle. Let's say we generated $1,000 in cash equivalents for the month. All right. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take 50% of that and recap that back into our business. $500 in that example. All right. So that's going to be a part of our marketing budget. Now, in our example, let's say you now have 10 people in your organization at an average of $65 per head. Now, again, this was in beta. As we go into beta phase 2, we'll be able to ascertain what those numbers are. We'll massage those numbers based on what we're seeing as an average. Excuse me, higher or lower. Typically, if I had a team of 10 people in a network marketing organization, I would expect something in the neighborhood of $30 to $50 a month as my monthly residual. $3 to $5, $2 to $5 a head. Okay, $650 here in this example. What we would do is we would take 25% of that, and we would reinvest that, recap that back into our business. So we already had a $500 budget. All right, we would take the 25% that I just shared with you, that $162.50, and so now we would have a budget of $662 purely for marketing. This is where we're going to make sure we've got the right tools that we need to build our business. We've got any resources. Maybe we're purchasing a marketing course to learn how to get traffic, or maybe we're doing just a paid marketing campaign where we just, hey, I don't necessarily want to learn how to do this stuff. I just want to pay to have it done. All right. And in time, we want to have really both. We want to learn how to master one or two methods that nobody can ever take from us. And then we want to also participate in paid marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do that, marketing is just a function of the numbers. Marketing basically says this. All right. Here's marketing. Typically, you're going to get a 1% to a 5% conversion rate. Meaning, let's say that you have people opting into some type of lead capture mechanism, email, or maybe a cell phone number, text messaging, or what have you. 1 to 5% of those folks are going to typically join or typically buy. Those are just the numbers. That's the law of average across the board, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so if you had 100 folks coming through your system, you're probably going to get somewhere between 1 to 5 to join. Now, the law of averages does require the law of large numbers, so 100 might not be enough numbers for the law of averages to really kick in, but know that this is the law of averages. Now, the law of large numbers says, or the law of averages says, that you need to have the law of large numbers for the law of averages to really kick in. So here's a quick example, and then we'll start rounding third. I've got a coin. I flip it. It's either going to be heads. I flip it again. It could be tails. It's only going to be heads or tails. 50-50 proposition. If I flip it 4 times, I don't know what I get. I might get 4 heads and no tails. I might get 3 tails and 1 head. Who knows? If I flip it 4,000 times, I'm going to get right about 2,000 heads, right about 2,000 tails, give or take just a few. Okay? So understand that if you struggled in getting sales or recruiting or what have you. The reason you've probably struggled, among a few things, is you just haven't had enough traffic. You haven't had enough visitors going to some type of lead capture mechanism and then providing some value to them. And that's where our marketing system is going to come into play for you. So the reality is, by simply driving traffic to a lead capture mechanism, providing value, we'll handle all of that on the back end for you with our CRB, Click, Rank, and Bank system. All right, you're going to have people that's going to join you, and these folks, they're going to want to do their own actions, so they get their $500 to $1,500 in cash equivalents, and a percentage of those are going to follow the rest of our marketing message and start to build out your business. So let's just say real quickly, in time, you've got 100 folks in your organization. Let's say if you're averaging $65 a head, we'll amend those numbers if we have to. If they're extremely higher than that or lower than that or what have you. Now $6,500 was your override. You're going to take 25% of that. Now you've got an additional $1,625 as the budget for that month. Add that to the $500 in our example, because you're still doing your cash equivalents. Still, let's say, doing $1,000 a month, and you're taking at least 50% of that. And so now all of a sudden you've got a $2,000 budget. Ladies and gentlemen, you may never do a video. You may never do a YouTube video. All right. You may not be good at Facebook. You may not be good at any of that kind of stuff. If you have a $2,000 a month budget and you're leveraging our systems, you're going to have people joining you. Period. Because the numbers don't lie. It's just a function. Marketing is a function of having a good lead capture page system, a good robust follow-up system. We provide all that for you. Okay. And now just getting the numbers, the eyeballs, the traffic to your offer. Let's do this one last time. Let's say in time, you've got 1,000 folks in your organization. Now we're talking some big money now. $65,000 in override commissions times 0.25, because we want to always be recapping, always be reinvesting back in our business. Now you've got a $16,000 budget. Probably when we add the other 500 there, the 500 seems minuscule now, but it helped us to get started. You've got almost a $17,000 budget. You think you're going to have people joining you? Yeah, you bet. And what about those other folks that are coming in hearing the same message, and they're part of your organization, and they're doing the same, recapping back, doing their actions, so that they generate their cash equivalents, they take a portion of their cash equivalents, reinvest it back into their business, they start getting traffic, and all of that now starts to impact your bottom line. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just 1,000 folks. And I say just, and I know that for some of you 1,000 would be like 100,000, because you've never had 1,000 in your organization, primarily because you've not had the systems in place. You've not had the lead capture page systems with the robust follow-up systems, with an amazing compensation plan with the new advertising platform that we have. All right, so if you're here for the very first time and you don't already have this new advertising platform, what you're going to do is you're going to stay connected with the person that got you to tonight's webinar, because right now, until 2.0 launches, no new folks are able to register. All right, so you're going to want to stay very, very close to them. One thing that you can do right now is you'll get back with the person that invited you to tonight's webinar, if you're watching this on a recorded basis, who got you to this recording. And you do at least want to take our $1 test drive with CRB. CRB stands for Click, Rank, and Bank. And what we did was we developed this marketing funnel, this marketing system to support the new advertising system. The new advertising system is called Divee. And I want you to notice something that we did. Notice I never even mentioned Divee until we got to this point. Here's why. Most marketers make the mistake of leading in with the name of their offer. And so when they do that, when you go to Facebook and you just start posting stuff about Divee, okay, and let's say you get someone's interest, someone's intrigued, they're more often than not going to go and check it out, maybe on YouTube. And if you aren't the YouTube person, if you're not camped out on YouTube with paid marketing or camped out on YouTube on the first, second, or third page, and they find somebody who has a message about Divee that they like, they're likely going to join that person instead of joining you. So a lot of folks give away or direct would-be prospects that would be joining them, and they wind up joining the dude or the dudette that's on YouTube that's really skilled at YouTube. And how do I know? Because I'm the dude that winds up being on YouTube. I'm the one that typically, when I promote any particular offer, I'll get 100, 150, 200 people joining me just because of my YouTube videos. People who didn't know me from Adam. Somebody else said, hey, check this out. They went and checked it out on YouTube. They found me and they joined me. Well, what we decided to do was to take our skill set in training and presenting and what have you, and really white label it from the standpoint that on our videos, I never mention my name, and we put that together in a system that we call Click, Rank, and Bank. So what you can do now, if you are a guest, is you can reconnect with the person that got you to tonight's webinar, ask them if they have CRB. If they have CRB, which they should, if they have CRB, then you can get a link from them to take the test drive of CRB. And then once Divee has launched 2.0, you'll know it. Now, CRB is a 7-day test drive for $1. And now I want to transition because I want to show you CRB, and this is going to give us a chance to talk to our existing CRB audience, let you know some things that are happening, some things that we are working on. So let me go on and sign in real quickly. So now we are officially in training mode. By the way, Divee, real quickly, is a $50 annual outlay. That's it. $50, no monthly subscription, no monthly auto ship with Divee. Let's get into CRB. We're now in training mode. I want to show my existing CRB folks some things that we've been working on, and a couple of little blips that we had, but we'll get those resolved very quickly. All right, so now. So I am now back in CRB. If you have CRB, ladies and gentlemen, you should be logging into CRB every single day, every business day that is, okay? Give me a moment. Let me get a little water here. All right. You should be logging in every day, okay? And I want to highlight the most important parts and some things that we're working on, and something that we just discovered not long ago, but we'll get it resolved very, very quickly. All right, so number one, when you first come in, you want to watch this first video, all right? We want to get you set up properly. We want your portal set up properly. We've designed this portal, this funnel, so that you can actually generate multiple streams of income from this one hub. But it's very important that you go through the system. If you do not go through the system, you're not going to maximize it, all right? And while you may still make money, you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. All right, so this first video is going to tell you everything you need to start. It's only 6 minutes. It's going to tell you to come over here to the Marketing Vault under Getting Started. All right, now CRB, we've got a private affiliate system with a company called Zaxa. And so this is going to tell you how to get everything set up. Watch every video, excuse me, every second of every video that we have in here. But the first video here is just an introductory video. And this is where you're going to register to become an affiliate. Now, we only allow affiliates. It's a private affiliate system. The only way you can be an affiliate is for you to have CRB. So once you become a CRB member, you'll come and we'll show you how to register to become an affiliate. We pay a 33% commission. So what happens is when someone takes the $1 test drive, we don't pay anything on the $1. Assuming they keep it beyond the 7 days, they're going to be billed monthly $30. Okay, so $30 is the monthly outlay. When a person takes their test drive, they are shown a one-time offer. And the one-time offer basically allows them to save quite a bit on their monthly billing. So if you are billed $30 a month times 12 months out of the year, that's $360. If you take advantage of the annual one-time offer, then it's $247, which is a 31% discount. You would cover that immediately, but we would then extend to you a 14-day basically free look period. No, I won't say free look. 14-day risk-free period. So you did the 247, we'd cancel out your $30 a month billing. But we still give you 14 days just to make sure that you find the value in our portal. We pay a 33% commission on that as well. So some of you have already gotten some email correspondence saying, hey, you earn commissions, and you'll be getting those commissions paid out very, very soon. Basically what happens is we have a refund period. Once that refund period is over, then commissions are released. If someone does not take advantage of the 247 one-time offer, they are then presented with a 6-month downsell offer, which is $147. That still saves them 18%. Again, you would be commissioned 33% on that as well, whether or not you took advantage of either of those offers. So that's the cool thing. So we had quite a few of our folks that did the $1 and then the $30 a month, but they referred someone that did the 247, or they referred someone that did the 147, and they've earned commissions already. All right. So make sure you come back here so that you set your affiliate system up correctly. Once you've set your affiliate system up correctly, the first video that's on the home page then directs you as to what you need to do going forward. It's going to have you to come back, watch this orientation video. You're going to watch that. In the orientation video, we're going to kind of take you on a tour of the portal so you understand the most important features. And then you're told to go back to getting started to complete that area of training. Now, what we loaded up, I believe it was either the end of the last week or maybe over the weekend, was CRB Explained. So once you've completed the getting started, all right, make sure you complete the getting started first. Make sure you complete under Marketing Vault, the getting started section of training, all of the videos, every second of every video. Then you want to go over to CRB Explained. Now, we will be adding more content back here, probably towards the end of the week or maybe over the weekend. And this is going to help you really understand CRB and how to take advantage, maximize CRB. I want to go through one of the big parts of CRB, and something that we did find out was a little hitch in the giddy up, but we'll get that resolved. Under my web pages, previously under my web pages, we had a ton of web pages here. They were lead capture pages, and there really was no categories. So there was just a lot of capture pages here. So I had my programmer program categories for us so that you can go through and you would know more easily the categories of the pages. So for instance, right here, it says capture pages. So these are capture pages. You click on here, and all of the capture pages in this category have the same messaging. So for instance, give me just a moment. For instance, this capture page here, all right? So the messaging, this free video series exposes a full-blown point-by-point system for getting paid over and over again, even if you can't recruit, make sales, or you just plain suck at marketing, all right? So all of the capture pages in this category have this exact same messaging. Why different capture pages? So that while the messaging is the same, the background is different. So we could ultimately have thousands of people promoting these capture pages, but they wouldn't go stale because we've got different messaging. Let me put this out here, okay? So this one right here, you'll notice same messaging, different background. This one here, same messaging, different background. All right, so all of these back here are going to have the same messaging, going to have a different background. So now you can go through the categories. All right, so let's say somebody says, I don't like that word suck. All right, you see right here where it says capture pages finally uncovered, and it says in parentheses suck. Well, these are the ones, these are going to be capture pages that have the word suck in it. If you don't like the word suck, you might not want to use these capture pages, okay? Instead, you might want to say, finally uncovered, and it says stink. Oh, okay, so here are capture pages that say stink instead of suck. And what you notice, once again, all of these capture pages are in the same category. They have the same messaging. The difference is the background. Okay? The difference is the background. Okay. All right. Now, I do want to say this, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but we'll get this resolved hopefully in the next few hours. When we were doing these categories, it appears that the sales page that these lead capture pages were linked to, something happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. It just appears that something happened. Meaning, what should happen when someone opts into the capture page is two things. One, they immediately go to a sales video, sales presentation that starts to promote. It's a presentation a little bit like what we just did. It's more geared towards marketers, okay, people that are already in marketing, and it's going to talk about the advertising platform. It's going to talk about much of what we just discussed in terms of $500 to $1,500 and then scaling to potentially a 6 or 7 figure business or what have you. But we noticed this, and thank you for the person that sent this to us and said, hey, I just tested the capture page and I didn't go where I thought I was going to go. All right, so right now I know some of you have some ads that are out. If you get a response from someone saying they didn't get a sales video, that's why, okay? We should have this resolved. My programmer is 12 hours ahead of my time, so he should be getting up soon, okay, and should see our messaging to make sure that that is all relinked. I do apologize. That's one of the things that unfortunately happens when you're launching a new system. You have, little small issues. That's small from the standpoint that once he sees it, we should be in good shape. Now, I will tell you that we have capture pages down here. If you're in Divee and you want to share CRB with Divee folks, you can come down here. You see where it says Divee specific capture pages. Now, these capture pages are going to the right sales video, all right? So, for instance, this one right here, and you can pull these all up so you can see what they look like. Well, good day, Divee. Okay, all right. So, this capture page here is specifically to get to folks that are already in Divee. You can see here, attention Divee Nation. All right, so the entire messaging in this for the entire messaging in the sales video is geared towards people that are already in Divee. So if you have people on your Divee team right now, you want to get them in CRB, because if you don't get them in CRB, I promise you somebody else probably will. They're going to hear about CRB all over the place. We're going to camp out on YouTube. We're going to do paid marketing. We're going to camp out. We're going to do some search traffic marketing and what have you, so that when people are searching for Divee, they're going to see CRB, all right, as a tool and a resource to help them to build their Divee business. So if you already have a Divee team, you're doing your folks a disservice and your pocketbook, your bottom line, a disservice by not sharing CRB with them. So we've got specific categories. Now these videos, well, we'll do a test right here, as a matter of fact. That sales page is going exactly where it's supposed to be. Well, good day. Okay. All right. So in your back office, under my web pages, under categories, these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These first 5 categories are the ones that are not showing the right sales video. Okay. They're not showing a sales video at all. But we'll get that rectified just as soon as my programmer is back in place. The ones beneath here are showing the right sales videos, okay? All right, so the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any of the other capture pages are showing the right sales videos. And what I was just showing you were the Divee specific capture pages. We've got a couple capture pages here where we just did a webinar with our in-house traffic guru last week, introducing his new course. And we're already having people getting success from those from that course. This right here is, again, if you wanted to appeal specifically to people that are in Divee, to show them a way that they can start generating leads. Now, why would you want to do this? Let's make sure that we're clear on this. Your business, as much as we love the Divee offer, is not Divee. Okay? Your business is you and your following. Your business is you and your following. So what you always want to be doing is working on you to become a better person, all right? Personal development, spiritual growth and development. So you become a better person. You attract good quality people because you're working on you, and that starts to show up in your business and your following. Now, let me tell you what happened for us. We stumbled into this years ago, okay? We stumbled into this years ago. And now with CRB, we're developing things so that you can start to replicate what we stumbled into. So, a few years ago, ever since we've been online, we came online in 2008. So let's say the latter part of 2008. Let's call it 2009. Our first portal that we launched was in 2009, okay? And we've used portals off and on since then. Never to this degree, however. Never with these capture pages. Never with the back-end autoresponders and the sales videos and all that. Never to this degree, all right? And so we're doing this. We will provide far more value than we've ever had. But there was one particular business that we were promoting in 2011. And at the time, we did not have the skill set that we have now. We didn't have a knowledge base of traffic and those things. We did what we knew to do. All right, and that business was around from 2011 to 2012. And unfortunately, in August of 2012, they ran into some regulatory issues and they got shut down. But let me tell you what we were doing. So what we did was we put together actually, we didn't have a portal at the start. We had a presentation page, and it had videos about that particular offer. And we presented from our vantage point and our perspective about that particular offer. And people would go to that page, and then we had an email capture form where people could register to be a part of our live webinars. Well, as it turns out, originally we designed it for our team. And as it turned out, a lot of people that weren't on our team got wind of it, and they started sending their people to the same video page, all right? And on that video page, there was an email capture form for people to opt in and come to our live webinars. And I think we were doing maybe one or two. I don't remember if it was one or if it was two live webinars a week about that particular offer. So we started having all these people coming onto the webinars, and a lot of these people weren't even on our team. And we could have cared less, because we knew that if we give, we'll get. The marketplace, this is great training, by the way, so maybe you take some notes. The marketplace is going to reward you for the value you bring to it. Let me write that down. The marketplace will reward you for the value you bring to it, okay? All right, so what happened was we had all of a sudden all these people that were following our webinars and following our training. When we sent out emails to that particular list, we never sent out any personal referral links because we were sensitive to the fact that some people were coming into that email list, and they weren't directly sponsored by me. Most people weren't directly sponsored by me. And then we started to see more and more people weren't even a part of our team. So we wanted to move in integrity, and we never wanted to take anybody's personal referral credit. So we committed that we would never send out any personal referral links to that list. And that list grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. Okay? Now, it didn't seem to make any sense, right? Because they weren't on our team. At the time, we weren't monetizing those relationships anyway. We were just providing value. What do you think happened when that company ran into some headwinds? What do you think happened? In your questions box, what do you think happened? People that weren't on our team, but they started to become a part of our following. What do you think? You think some people, when we decided to join our next venture, you think some people joined our team? Yep, a lot of them. As a matter of fact, the night that this company went away, it was a Friday night. We heard about it about 5 o'clock or 5:30. We didn't know what to say to our audience. We didn't know everything that was going on. We just knew that we needed to be there. You know, maybe for us to cry, because a lot of people were making more money than they ever made before, including yours truly. And so it was a depressing day. We sent out an email, hey, we're going to have a webinar. I don't know if it was at 7 o'clock or 7:30 p.m. It was not normally a night that we did webinars. I know it was less than 2 hours that we were able to get that messaging out. We can get 1,000 people on the webinar screen that can actually see our webinar. Any number of people can call in, but only 1,000 can actually see our screen. We maxed out almost when we opened up the webinar. We were already maxed out, and we wound up having 1,700 people on the webinar. Only 1,000 could see, another 700 called in. And we said, hey, we don't know what's going on. We'll stay close. We'll get as much information as we can. We'll be looking at other offers. We'll let you know what we're doing. Whenever we do whatever it is that we do, we ask that you would honor genealogical integrity. So if John brought you to our following and John joins that, whatever that business happens to be, join John, okay? Well, what happened was there were a lot of people that had started following us and their sponsors went AWOL. But those folks still saw value in what we were doing. So guess what happened when we joined the next offer? Immediately, we had Jeff White, our in-house traffic guru. He was a part of the following. He was not on my team in that company. I was not on his team in that company. Jeff connects with me because his sponsor was AWOL. He joins me in the next venture, brings his entire team. I inherited an entire team because we brought value. Now, what does that mean about Divee? All right, now I believe that Divee is going to be here for the long haul. I believe that Divee is going to be the biggest network marketing company that we've probably ever seen because we don't have any regulatory issues. All right, that other model had some regulatory issues. We have no regulatory issues. It's a $50 annual outlay. There's no monthly subscription for Divee, okay? And as long as people aren't doing stupid stuff from a rep standpoint, I don't see any regulatory issues. And I'm sure that Divee, if somebody's doing something stupid that could cause the company to get in trouble, they'll sacrifice that rep before they sacrifice the company, as well they should, okay? All right, so now, here's the thing. There's going to be tens of millions of folks that's going to be in Divee. Now, I know Divee in its beta, it had its own hiccups, all right? Lost a little momentum. But I'm telling you, just as soon as 2.0 has launched, people are doing their actions, people are generating points, commissions are starting to be paid. This thing is going to spread like wildfire, okay? So you're going to have a lot of people. We've already seen this in CRB. We've got quite a few CRBers that are not in our Divee team, but they're in CRB. So what we've done with CRB is we've said, okay, let's take what we stumbled upon, this idea of providing value to the larger marketplace. All right, in that case, we were providing value specific to that offer. All right, build our following because your business is you and your following. But instead of waiting for a company to collapse, because we don't want Divee to collapse, I don't want Divee going anywhere, okay? Is there a way that we can start to monetize that following without doing things like cross-recruiting? Cross-recruiting would be like, hey, you're in Divee, I'm in Divee. Why don't you come and join my Divee matrix because you're going to get all this spill. That's cross-recruiting. That's wrong. Don't do stuff like that. Somebody's already in Divee, they stay right where they are. No need for them to move. Even if their Divee sponsor is AWOL, because there are other people above them that get compensated. We never want to take away anybody's commissions or anybody's referral credit. However, what we can say is, hey, get click, rank, and bank. If their sponsor's not paying attention, their sponsor's not click, rank, and bank, if their sponsor doesn't want CRB, doesn't even know what CRB is, all right, then let them get CRB from you. There's a little referral commission. Obviously, we're only talking $30 a month, so you're not going to get rich. You know, we're paying out 33% because we have to have a certain amount to cover our expenses from an admin standpoint and to be able to reinvest back into the portal. You know, when we did this category thing, and yeah, we got this little unfortunate thing that will get resolved just as soon as my programmer gets the messaging. So we'll get that resolved with the sales video and all that good stuff. All right, but last week, for instance, we did this webinar with our in-house traffic guru. We said, man, that's a great way for people to bring value to their audience. So we went and we had capture pages developed specific to that. Give me a moment here. All right. And so we had this capture page developed, put into our system. Well, that costs us money to do that. So when people are members of CRB and they pay their monthly subscription, a percentage is going to go out for commissioning. All right. Then we have funds to stay with admin, but this allows us to go and say, hey, this was a great value-added training. Let's do a capture page specific to that. When people opt in, they're taken to the recorded webinar. So now you could go on Facebook and you could say, hey, there's a shocking webinar that reveals a new lead generation strategy. If you're interested, inbox me. I'll send you the link. When you send them the link, this is what they go to. They opt in. Boom. You've got them as a lead. And then they immediately start to see the replay. And the replay, they're going to hear about this Craigslist strategy. All right. They're going to hear about they can get the course, but they're going to get the course through CRB at the best pricing. And then there's going to be a button that's going to pop up saying, join you in CRB. And they're going to click on that link, some people will, and they'll join you in CRB. And join you potentially in Divee as well. All right, that button takes them to a page inviting them to join you in Divee, as well as inviting them to join you in CRB. What does this do? Helps you to provide value. Helps you to provide value. So we did the webinar Wednesday. By Friday, this was in your back office. And again, you can come down here under my web pages, under categories. This is Craigslist Divee capture pages. So we did capture pages, same webinar, but specific to Divee folks. So let's say maybe I was in a group of other Divee folks. We don't want to spam in those types of groups. All right, so I'm in a group with some other Divee folks, and I've made some connections with some folks in that group, and maybe now we're personal Facebook friends or what have you. You know, I could say, hey, I was on an amazing webinar that reveals a new lead generation, laser targeted traffic for your Divee business. You see that? How we target it there? Hey, check it out. They want to watch it. Before they watch it, they've got to put in their information. They put in their information. Now they're in your autoresponder follow-up series. We even tell them, plus you're going to get a 30-day video series for $297. All right. So this is one of the advantages that you have with CRB. You got all these capture pages you can choose from. When we have various trainings that we believe this just gives you more value, we'll set up a capture page for it. Have maybe the recording of that training, like this coming Thursday, we'll be doing some training that virtually anybody in any business could benefit from. All right, I'm not saying that we're going to do a capture page from that, but if we feel like, man, that training was really good and it brings real good value, yeah, I'll go to my programmer and say, hey, I want to do a capture page, and here's going to be the video once a person opts in. that they're going to see, which will be a recording of that particular webinar or what have you. Okay. All right. If anybody's seeing value, if you're seeing value in this, put a V in your questions box. Cool. Cool. You are not going to ever be at a loss of value. Because what we've simply decided to do with CRB is what we've always done since we came online is to provide value. The difference is I don't lead in talking about me and my web page and go to my link and my name or what have you. I don't do that at all. Now, yes, when we did the Craigslist webinar, our in-house traffic gurus kept throwing out my name. Someone said, is that going to be a problem? No, that's not going to be a problem because all the call to action in there was in order for you to get the Craigslist course, you need to become a CRB member. And there's going to be the call to action for them to become a CRB member, but they're going to be a member through your CRB link because we've already had that programmed in. So anytime that we do value-added capture or sales pages from, let's say, a webinar that we hosted or what have you, each one of those will have a call to action button that's going to drive that person right back to you. So we won't have to say get back to the person that referred you to this training. There'll be a call to action button that will show up at the appropriate time, that when that person clicks on that call to action button, they are going to your page to either join you in Divee or to join you in CRB. So now once they get into CRB, all right, and they log in, they're going to see things like your showcase. So make sure that you have started setting up your showcase. You'll find the video on how to set up your showcase under Marketing Vault and Getting Started. All right, so make sure you set up your showcase. This is where you get to showcase any and all of your other offers. And so now, here's a way, let's say, for instance, that you are in a weight loss, you've got a weight loss offer, okay? And perhaps it's a network marketing company, perhaps you are an affiliate of some type of weight loss offer, maybe you found something on ClickBank or something like that. You get to showcase that. If it's another network marketing company, you get to showcase that. There's no limit to the number of items you can showcase. Now, if you have more than what shows in this little box, what will happen is you'll have a little scroll bar, all right, and they'll be able to see all of your items. So look at these hyperlinks as little headlines. All right, I lost 30 pounds in 30 days. All right, so you'll see that I'm logged in as Sue Average, our test account. Sue Average was referred by Joanne Test, okay? And now, when Sue comes in, maybe she comes in to view a webinar, she comes in to go through some of our training, she comes in to check out, are there any webinars coming up on the calendar, so on and so forth, okay? When she comes in, she's going to see Joanne's showcase. And what we're doing as we have trainings inside of the system, we'll be loading up a lot more content over the coming weeks, is at the end of each training we have an announcement. So we say stay tuned for the announcement. That's why I want you to watch every second of every video, because in those announcements we give you some calls to action. So we'll say things like, hey, have you set up your showcase? Make sure you set up your showcase so that anybody who gets CRB from you can see what else you are promoting. Meanwhile, make sure you're checking out your referral showcase. See what they have up their sleeve. And if there's a product or a service that you're interested in or an income opportunity, don't you dare go to YouTube or Facebook and join some dude or dudette off of YouTube. No, let's keep this money in the family and join or buy from the person that you've gotten CRB from. You see why you would want to have a whole bunch of Divee folks that get CRB whether they're on your team or not? They're hearing that type of messaging, and here you've got an affiliated product or something else that you've got going on, and here we are in a position of influence saying, don't you go over to YouTube and join somebody on YouTube just because they did a good YouTube video. Or don't you go over to Facebook and say, oh, there's a Facebook friend. No, Let's keep this in the family. Because you want people coming behind you when they come into your CRB system and they log in and they see your showcase. You don't want them going to YouTube and joining some dude or do that off of YouTube. Okay? All right. So all of this content right here, you control. Whatever you want to say, you can say. All right? Got videos. By the way, we are huge, staunch advocates of not sending people directly to YouTube. When you do that and you send someone directly to YouTube, especially if it's not your YouTube channel, you're competing against all the other videos that are on the right-hand side, because they're going to show other videos that might appeal to the person that's watching your video based on keywords and things of that nature. So when you send someone to YouTube directly, you are putting yourself in competition with all those other videos. And if they see somebody else's video and it's got a nice headline, and then they click on that person's video and, you know, they like the messaging of that person, then you stand to potentially lose that person. And how do I know? Because I know that no matter what I promote, when I start doing some YouTube promotion on it, I already know I'm going to recruit 100, 150, 200 people just from YouTube. And where did those people come from? From marketers who didn't know better. Because marketers started posting the name of the offer to the larger marketplace. People got intrigued because they saw it all over the place. They now go over to YouTube, they type in Divee, and then they find my videos. You don't want that to happen. So one of the things that we did here is, this is a YouTube video. But notice that it is contained within our system. So if someone clicks there, that YouTube video is contained within our system. You're not competing with...
Hello everyone, it is on.
You're not competing with all the other advertisements over here. Now, obviously, if they wind up clicking watch on YouTube, it is going to take them to YouTube. But this is where ultimately we don't even want you, we never want you sending people to other people's YouTube videos. We'll show you in here, we haven't loaded up that content yet, we'll show you in here how you could take a YouTube video and download it to your own computer. You can then upload it to your own YouTube video if you want, or you can use a number of different other video sharing sites that you'll ultimately learn about, so that they never go to YouTube and you never are competing against them. But if all you can do right now, you don't know how to do all that stuff, and you had to grab a YouTube video, we show you how to do that, but we self-contain it in the system. If a person doesn't click on YouTube here, then you're not competing against all those other ads, okay? So this is one of the reasons we said, you know what? Some of the lowest hanging fruit are going to be folks that are already in Divee. So why don't we come over here and let's do a web page specific to Divee. Let's do messaging specific to people that are in Divee.
Well, good day, Divee Nation.
There's going to be tons of people in Divee, and most of them won't know how to market. And so now we'll be able to give them value, but instead of having to do what I did last time, waiting for the company to collapse before I was able to monetize that. And I wasn't waiting for that. I wasn't hoping for that to happen. It's just what I discovered when that company collapsed. Oh my gosh, I've got this brand new following that I didn't have before because I've been bringing value to them. How can we replicate that so Joe Average can do the same, so Sue Average can do the same, without cross-recruiting, without stealing somebody from somebody else's organization, so on and so forth, okay? So pay attention to those Divee pages, okay? The first 5 categories right now, until my programmer tells me, I would not use these capture pages right now. We should be able to use them tomorrow, and I know some of you might have some ads out there with those capture pages. So at least you'll be aware if someone says, hey, I didn't see the video. Let them know that we had a little bug in our system, and our programming team is working on it, and you'll be able to get them that video. I do apologize for that. I'm embarrassed about that. But those are things that happen in technology. We'll get that resolved real quickly. Beneath the autoresponder video pages, let that be like your separator right now. Everything beneath that right now, you can use. You can use the Divee pages. You can use the Craig List webinar pages, so on and so forth. The autoresponder video pages, basically the reason we put these here is these are every email that we have in the system has a link to a video page. And these are the various video pages. So day one after they've opted in, here is that particular video. All right. And each one of these videos is going to have...
Well, good day to our amazing audience.
Each of these videos is going to have a countdown timer. At the end of the countdown timer will be the call to action button for them to connect with you. Right now, when Divee 2.0 launches, we're told that they're still going to be using the invitation system. This is perfect for what we've done with our system is we have done the messaging based on the invitation system, okay? If they ever change how they're doing our ability to get people to join, we'll be the first to make that quick change. Also, the Craigslist course is probably the best method right now of getting leads based on the invitation process, meaning that once 2.0 launches, I would not wait. I'd go on and start getting people leads now, just like we've been pre-building for weeks now. All right, I would pre-build. I would go on and get people getting interested in the new advertising platform once it launches. By the way, we are working on a new sales video and an entire new sales process specific to those that will be answering your Craigslist ad. So we'll be putting that, we'll let you know when that happens. We'll be putting that back here as well. It'll have the same autoresponder series, but the initial sales video is going to be slightly different. You saw a little bit of that today. So you noticed tonight when we were doing our presentation, we were saying things like, give me a moment. We kept talking about an advertising platform. We didn't talk as much about the capture pages and all that good stuff like we do on one of our other sales videos. This video is really designed, this initial video is designed to get them, I want to be a part of this new advertising platform. Then on the back end, we'll share with them about the marketing system that's going to help them potentially scale to a 6 or 7 figure business. So slightly different messaging, and we hope to have that up this week. We've gotten a little bit behind. I was hoping to have that ready by tonight. It's not ready, but we should have that ready sometime this week. All right, so be mindful under my web pages. You've got the categories, the first 5 categories. We've got to get the sales video hooked back. I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming once he designed the categories for us to go in to help you, that something happened and he'll get that squared away. We should get that squared away. Autoresponder video pages, let that be your divider right now, because everything underneath that, the sales pages is going to the right sales pages, autoresponder series, all that good stuff. That's happening the way that it should be. All right, so we've got that. I think we've handled that part. This is good. Team pop-up. Team pop-up, okay? Right after you have set up your showcase, go on and set up your team pop-up. It's basically the same simple process that you use to set up your showcase is your team pop-up. What happens is that when people come into the back office and they every few times either they log in or every few times they actually navigate somewhere in their back office. They click on a link to go to this, and then they click on another link to go to that. Every few times this pop-up is going to pop up, okay? And this is think of this as one big fat huge ad where you get to show off whatever it is you want to show off, whatever your messaging you want to have. Now, let me tell you a good way to use this. A good way to use this is if you have maybe a new offer that you're loading up into your showcase, or let's say you've got a number of showcase items. So hopefully you can see my cursor here, okay? And you've got more showcase items than what appears above the fold meaning in this box here. So maybe you've got to scroll down because you've got a number of different showcase items, okay? Well, maybe you've got an item that is not showing here, but you want to highlight that. This is a good place to do that in the team pop-up. All right, so here you see here, you control all this content. You control this video. If you want to put a video or a picture, you can put pictures in here. You can put anything you want to put in here, all right? So, for instance, right now we know that Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related opportunities are really hot, all right? So, stop everything, brand new offer, check it out. I went and just grabbed a Bitcoin video off of YouTube. And once again, you can see we self-contain the YouTube videos. So, if you're using a YouTube video, as long as they don't click on the YouTube
and I simply remove,
all right, which a lot of people are going to stay right here, then that is self-contained, meaning you're not having to compete against the other YouTube videos that might be on the right-hand side, okay? So you want to make sure as soon as you do your showcase, you go on and you do your pop-up, okay? And what I would do with the pop-up is I would change it from time to time, maybe whether it's every week or every couple of weeks. So my team pop-up right now, I'm going to change it probably over the weekend so that next week people will see, or over the weekend people will see new messaging. And that way, that will help keep you from having ad blindness. Because if you have the same pop-up all the time and you never change it, you know, somebody's going to say, oh, I've seen that before, and they're just going to click out. But if you change it from time to time, all right, so maybe you were featuring one offer this week, and maybe next week you feature another offer, or maybe it's just more about yourself. Hey, meet me. I want you to know a little bit about me, so you can kind of brand yourself within the system, so on and so forth, okay? All right, let's see. We've added our support ticket system, all right? Last week when we launched, we did not have this in place, and people were sending emails to support@clickrankandbank.com. The challenge is anytime you're dealing with email, sometimes something can get lost in the shuffle. And the way that was designed, it was a little confusing from an admin standpoint. So we added the support ticket system. We can make this live chat. We're not going to do that now. We're not ready for that yet, okay? But at some point, we may very well have this where you come in, you might see live chat, and you just come on and, hey, you got a question, and you know, we've got somebody there to answer. Again, we're not ready for that yet. So this becomes a support ticket system. If you have a support issue, then these need to be CRB related support issues. We're not support for Divee, okay? We can't offer but so much support for Divee, and it helps us if you're not asking a whole bunch of support things. We've been able to really stay on top of support. I think other than the weekend, virtually all support tickets are being addressed, at least acknowledged. If they're not completely addressed because maybe we got to go back and get something done or go back to the program or what have you, we at least like to acknowledge that support ticket within a business day, 24 business hours, okay? So you might not get the full answer, but we are at least saying, hey, we acknowledge we've got it, and we'll give you some notes. Hey, this is what we're working on. And what happens is, on our admin side, we can see, is this a ticket that we're still working on, we haven't quite resolved? Is this a ticket that's been resolved? Is this a ticket that's open that we need to acknowledge and see what's going on, see if we can resolve it? Obviously, if we can resolve it, we'll resolve it as quickly as possible, okay? Please use the support ticket system as opposed to sending in an email. I'm going to tell you this. Our priority each day is going to be the support ticket system. So meaning when we are doing business and we're working with support, our default is going to be check support tickets first before we go and check any emails sent to support@ClickRankandBank. If you're a CRB member, please do us the favor, log in and do your support from back here, okay? Let me tell you what we're working on, and then we will finish up. We'll go into some optional Q&A. The biggest priority now is to make sure that the sales pages, the right sales video is linked to the web pages. And again, we were not aware of that. but we've sent that off to our programmer. We should get that resolved in a few hours' time. We'll let you know. We'll send out an email. We'll let you know. Oh, by the way, some of you, for whatever reason, you're not getting our emails. We have to get used to this because we forgot today. But we have a news section, and when we send out emails, we will typically also post that email to the news section. Okay? Forgot to do it today. We'll get in the habit so that every time we send out an email, we also post it to the news section. So what you can do is you can always come back here in your back office, click on news on the right-hand panel, right here, and then you'll see our latest news. So we like to start the week off with a messaging. Typically it'll be video. Haven't really had a chance to cut video this week because we've been working on the other things. And we like to give you a week ahead so that you know what to expect for the coming week. So right now, the priority is making sure that we've got the sales pages to your web pages. So particularly those of you who are out there and you're advertising, we want to make sure that when somebody opts in, they immediately go to the appropriate sales page. And again, please accept our apologies for that. We'll get that rectified in the next few hours. Number two, the second biggest thing, or priority number two, it was priority number one, so to be priority number one real soon again, will be Craig's List specific messaging. Okay, meaning capture pages specific to people that are going to be responding to your Craigslist ads. Don't wait until we have this. Go on and do like Larry and RK and Carolina that are already getting results, getting leads. All right, don't wait. But I just want you to know what we're working on for you. So there'll be capture pages specific to that audience. By the way, when you're doing your ads, you might want to use in some variation in your ad something about a new advertising platform. Also use maybe the words beta testers. Okay, because the messaging is a new advertising platform is looking for beta testers, something to that effect. You'll see that reflected on the capture pages. That'll be reflected in the sales video. Okay. What we're doing with the sales video is we're going to have one page with two videos. So we're going to have the initial sales video, all right, that will start playing once they opt in, is going to be about the new advertising platform. We don't get into a lot of detail about, hey, let's build this to a 6 or 7 figure biz and the compensation or anything like that. It's basically just to bring them value. What you saw tonight was part of that new messaging. We didn't start off, when you notice in times past, we started off talking about why marketers struggle, why they're not good at marketing because they don't have a lead capture mechanism and you need to bring value. And that's great for the marketing audience. But a lot of people in Craigslist, while they may be marketers, a lot of these folks aren't necessarily marketers. So we have to change a little bit of our messaging to these folks so that we really connect stronger with this group of folks. So we talk about, in the first video, which is a fairly short video, we talk about, new advertising system and looking for beta testers and how big is advertising is all around us. People are making tons of money. Mark Zuckerberg's worth $55 billion because of advertising. Advertising is big business. We want to get a small piece of that. Here's another challenge that advertisers are having. People are watching TV, but they're not watching it live anymore. This presents a great opportunity for you and me. And so here are some of the actions that we'll participate in. Something as simple as opting in with an email address. You'll be able to do surveys. You'll be able to do sweepstakes. That's that first part of that messaging. All right. And then at the end, we say, hey, if you want to, there'll be a call to action button for them to connect with you to go on and request an invitation. You'll be their coach. Okay. meaning you're going to be the person that's going to be getting them the referral link. But by calling you the coach, we edify you, all right? And then we'll say, hey, if you want to see how we can scale this to a 6 or 7 figure biz, there's a second video below. We encourage you to watch that. And that's where we go in to, the second part of the presentation. So we basically take the presentation and we cut it into 2 separate parts. That way, if a person is the respondents from Craigslist, they're not thinking about 6 or 7 figures. The only thing that they're interested in is, man, can I generate a few extra hundreds? All right, they'll see that content. They'll have the call to action button. It'll go to you, and they can join you or connect with you to join you in Divee. And there'll still be the piece if they want to take our test drive, if they can. And then hopefully a good number of those people will say, boy, that was interesting. Yeah, how do I scale this to a 6 or 7 figure biz? And then there'll be a second video. So we basically took the presentation, cut it in half. All right? So that is our next biggest thing to get that up and running this week. All right, is what we're looking to do. Now, once we've got that in place, so we'll have capture pages specific to your Craigslist audience, all right? And we do say this in case you start using other mediums, because Jeff just added to the course a few other mediums, a few other places that you can advertise. And I think it was Larry that I saw that's already started using some of those other places, and he's getting leads as well. So we say in that messaging something to the effect, hey, you're here because you answered an ad at Craigslist or Facebook or Twitter or one of any number of advertising platforms that we leverage. So it'll work for other platforms as well. But we wanted to have something that was more specific to the audience, the group of people, knowing that some people that are going to be answering your ad are not yet marketers. So for us talking about bringing value and don't send them to your offer page, they may not know what the heck we're talking about. So that's why that messaging is a little bit different. And this is where I want you to understand the value you have in CRB. I'm a content producer. This is what I love doing. Now I'm just producing all this content and putting it in CRB so that you will have a myriad of different pages that you can choose from. If you want to, now we're going to add to this collection, but if you want to target retirees, right now I've got one capture page. We'll add some more down the road. If you want to target college students, especially once Divee launches 2.0 and people are starting to make money, oh my gosh, college students would be perfect. So we'll add some new capture pages. And what you see in terms of value with CRB now, a month from now, it's going to be far more valuable, and it's not going to cost you any more money. 6 months from now, it's going to be far more valuable, and it's not going to cost you any more money. We're going to load this with value and value and value and value so that somebody's $30 a month, if we added a zero to that, it wouldn't be too much. I've got a system that I use, $300 a month, $297 a month. I will never be without it. I don't even think about the pricing because of the value that service provides for me in my business. That's what we want to have happen. And then we're around third with this. I'm a little bit past my time. Be mindful that CRB is our prototype. CRB is our proof of concept. I want you to master this portal because when the time is right, I said the fall of this year, that's my target. I want to make sure that you've mastered this. I want to make sure you're making money in Divee. So assuming that Divee is going well and people are making money, then as early as the fall of this year, I want it to be the fall of this year, hopefully, we're going to launch another portal. And that was going to focus on this huge niche of Bitcoin. And we'll have a number of different Bitcoin related offers that we are testing. And that's going to provide multiple revenue streams for you. And then Now the timing may be off, it just depends. The whole idea is once we have the second funnel is going to operate just like the first. Well, they'll have their own capture pages, they'll have their own messaging. All right, so now you'll be able to drive traffic to the Divee CRB message. You'll be able to drive traffic to the Bitcoin related message. Why? Because we want to ultimately have multiple streams of full-time income across multiple niches. What do we mean by full-time income? If you need $5,000 a month to live an enjoyable, comfortable life, we want you to develop $5,000 a month minimum in Divee. Great, that's one stream. But we learned in 2012 we better not put all our eggs in one basket, no matter how great that basket may be, because something happened to that basket in 2012 and it dropped and all the eggs were crushed. So you're making money. One of the things we want to do is we want to start planning other income streams. You're building a following in CRB, Divee. Then when we launch the next portal, you already have people following you into that portal. They get that portal. They participate in whatever those income streams may be in that portal. All right. And that generates more revenue. Next year, about this time, we'll have to play it by ear if people are making the money we want them to make. If people are making the money we want them to make, you're making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month or more, then we're going to be launching our high ticket funnel. It's going to look just like this. Colors might be different. Functionality is going to be the same. It'll have its own web pages. It'll have its own messaging. Why? Because if you're making money and your folks are making money, let's plant other income streams. And now all of a sudden, if you're making 10 grand a month, it's nothing for you to come into the high ticket funnel and make a $1,000 purchase so that you can qualify for whatever the deal is, and maybe you make a $1,000 commission when somebody makes that $1,000 purchase in your network. The high ticket offer that I plan on putting in there is not new. It's not a startup or anything like that. And you could generate as high as $7,500 in commissions. That's why we want to launch that funnel. But I can't launch that funnel until we have you making money. Because the whole idea is that when we launch that funnel, that you're making enough money and your folks are making enough money that the first month in that funnel, you've made your purchase, they've made their purchase, and you've made $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So this is a proof of concept funnel. And then ultimately we'll have a fourth funnel. We're going to have at least 4 funnels over the next 2 years so that you have no less than 4 potential income streams, that any one of those income streams will cover all of your monthly expenses. If you said, hey, this is what I need to live an enjoyable, comfortable life, it's $5,000 a month. I want you to have at least 4 income streams that generate at least $5,000 a month. One of those streams dries up, heaven forbid. You still have the other streams. It has not stopped how you take care of your family. You're able to take care of your family. You're able to reinvest back into your business. You're able to make other investments. You're able to pay the tax man. And then if one of those goes away, guess what? We just swap out. That's it. How many of you like that business plan? If you like that business plan, put an L in your questions box. I like that business plan. Or I love that business plan. My mobile folks, I have not forsaken you. There's some things I want to see on the mobile side. We'll get back to that. All right. But there's some things that I felt like we needed to be able to control that we weren't necessarily in control of on the mobile side. So we will ultimately incorporate mobile as well. Good stuff. All right, I'm well past my time. Queen, shut me up. Let's come on and take some 15 minutes of Q&A, and then I need to get back to work on the Craigslist piece. All right, so this would be a time, ladies and gentlemen, for you to put your questions in. If you put your questions in earlier, I messed things up when I had you to put in like or love. So you need to put your questions in again. Queen, if you would unmute yourself, I would appreciate it.
All right, I'm here.
Okay.
On the travel package, is it just for our use, or can we market travel as well as Divvy?
Okay, so the travel package that you're going to have as a part of Divvy, it really is designed as a way for you to get more people into your Divvy business. I mean, I don't. They're what they're saying. Excuse me. Hold on. What they're saying. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I've got some dog in the neighborhood that's squalling. He sounds like, oh, sounds horrible. So hopefully you're not hearing that. It sounds horrible.
We can't hear any background noise.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. So there's going to be the travel, for lack of a better word, package or travel portal. Let's call it that, a travel portal. Here's what I understand. There was someone, a very dear buddy, a marketing buddy of mine that was in the home office. He saw the travel portal. He said that it's going to hurt some travel network marketing companies. In that, what he said was he saw better pricing than what he had seen. And what they are saying is that you're getting discounted pricing. With these travel portals that companies launch, whether they're network marketing companies or some of them are just travel-related companies, I'm assuming there's wholesale pricing, and then they bump up the pricing a little bit, so that they get profits on the back end, which makes perfect sense business-wise. What Divvee is saying is you're getting the wholesale pricing. They're not bumping any of that up. So I don't think you're going to make any money by people getting the travel and just traveling and anything like that. So I know there's some travel opportunities out there where you make money if people do the traveling, what have you. So I'm not saying that this is a substitute for that, because if you're making money with that, continue to make money. This becomes a huge benefit, though. All right, particularly in the parts of the world where Divvee has growing to do, because there's not as many people in that country that's in Divvee, or maybe they don't have a lot of advertisers specific to that particular nation. So what they wanted to do is they wanted you to be able to build no matter where you are in the world. And if Divvee was not yet in your country of origin with the advertising, that people would still find immense value with their $50 annual outlay by joining Divvee. And one of the benefits they get is this travel portal that allows you to travel. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to allow family members and best friends that don't have Divvee. So why would you do that? Have them to join Divvee for $50 a year, and then they get access to the travel portal. Now, you don't make any money really because they join Divvee. Now, out of the $50, I think $10 is put into the compensation plan, and that's a once a year outlay. So that's not, to me, that's not a big deal. But if you get that person in Divvee, and now they start doing some actions because they are now in Divvee, well, now that's where you start to override from a commission standpoint. Same thing with the shopping portal, but I'm hearing they're saying we're going to be rewarded when we shop. So I don't know how that's going to look and feel just yet. There are a lot of systems that have like a cashback type of shopping experience. I don't know if it's going to be something to that effect, but they also mentioned that that's going to be commissionable as well. So you might get points when you shop, and it sounds like there's going to be commissions that's going to travel upstream as people are shopping. So Queen, what we're going to want to do is obviously go into the travel portal. If you're going to do some travel, go through your own travel portal and then shop.
Right. What it sounded to me like on the shopping portal was that as you shop, you will earn points.
Right.
And those points translate into, so if you're earning points, then the people who you refer are going to be earning points for that. And when they earn points, guess what you earn? It's dollars, right?
Yeah, you're going to earn dollars. Now, let's give you a CRB moment here, okay? So one of the things we're going to be able to do, just as soon as we see the travel portal, all right, we're going to do some videos about the travel portal. We'll be able to do some capture pages that talk about the travel. It's going to talk about Divee, but maybe talk about the travel portal for those travel folks. All right, and tie all that messaging together. That's an advantage of CRB because you're going to have that. Nobody else is going to have that. So people will see the value. We want people to see the overwhelming value of them becoming a part of Divee, become a part of your following, CRB, and everything we're doing, Queen. Even the fact that we just added the support ticket system, all right? Well, the only way you get into the support ticket system is what? You got to log in to your back office. Why do we want to do that, Queen? Because every time you log into the back office, guess what you see? Your referrer showcase. So everything's about helping you to build your following. Next question.
There's a question about the payout, the pay for April in Divee. And do you think we'll get it?
Well, we're not going to get much of anything in April because there wasn't much that happened in March.
But they did say they were paying on April 21st.
Yeah, but based on what little.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be much.
Yeah.
It's for a few days, for a couple of days.
Yeah, yeah.
But needless to say, yes, there will be a payout. They did promise a payout. Divee promised a payout on April 21st.
Yeah, just don't expect to pay your mortgage with it. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Next question.
Is there a way to create a blank capture page that we can customize for ourselves?
No. I don't even know if that functionality is in the system. So right now, no. That's where we would be recommending one of the tools that we use to develop, your own capture pages. If you had to develop your own, if our system even supported it, and I don't know that it does, it would. I don't know that it would be as simple as the tool that we would be recommending. Inside the system, under the Affiliate Center, there is a tool that we recommend. Under Tools and Time, we would do load some content on that. That's the tool I would be recommending for your developing your own capture pages. So for right now, the answer to that is no. I don't even know if that functionality exists within the system. Next question.
Okay, can we use how many of the lead capture pages can we use at one time?
You can use them all. Now it'll say set one as a default, but the reality is what you're going to do is you're going to come back here and you're going to choose the capture page or pages that you want to use. Now let me tell you, and we did this in our CRB Explained, some of the video training we've already put back there. Let me tell you how I would do this very quickly, Queen. All right, if I'm doing Craigslist, you can use these now, but we'll have capture pages specific to that type of audience, and we'll have a category down here. You'll use any of those. If I'm doing just a regular generic type of advertising, I'm probably going to go with one of the landscape type capture pages, something like this. All right. That way, it doesn't matter if you're young or old or more mature. It doesn't matter if you're a senior or you're a college student or what have you. If I'm dealing with someone specifically, maybe someone I've connected with on Facebook, and I can go and I can, do a little research on them. I see their photos and what have you. And let's say somebody is younger. Let's say it's a young lady. Well, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to choose a capture page that looks more like her. Okay? Or let's say maybe I'm dealing with someone and someone hit me the other day and their name seemingly suggested they were a Hispanic. Well, I've got a capture page right here. I'd probably send them this one, okay? Or, someone maybe is a little more mature. Got a capture page for someone who's a little more mature. So that's why we have so many different capture pages, and you can use any of them because you see all I'm doing is going into the back office, clicking on the capture page I want to check out. Okay, this is the one I like. This is the one I want to use. I just go up here and I grab the URL, and I can send it to them. Obviously, I can do bit.ly links, or I can tie that if this is a capture page I'm going to use over and over again, I can tie it to a domain name like joinqueentwitter.com, all right, or what have you. So you can use as many of these as you want. Next question.
Do we need the HTML code of the capture pages in order to use them?
No, you just do what I just did. You see what I just did? All I did was I clicked on one. That's your capture page. It is tied to you. Copy it. All right. I'm logged in to Sue Average, so that's Sue Average's capture page. And all you got to do is, here's the link. That's it. That's simple. Autoresponders work. Now, what I told you before about the sales pages, we'll get that resolved here, in a few hours, hopefully. That was just a mistake when he changed over the categories. That just caused something to go a little haywire, but we'll get that squared away. Everything works. You just take the capture page, you get out the capture page, people opt in, they're going to go to the sales video once he gets that resolved, and then they'll have the email autoresponder series. If you have your own autoresponder, we tell you how to handle that. I think, is that under tools? Right now we've got autoresponder messages, and there's a video here, and we tell you what to do there. Aweber, folks, real quickly, Aweber. If you have Aweber, let me see if I can show this. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Give me a moment. Okay. All right. So if you have Aweber, when you go into your Aweber to associate Aweber with our system, let's say you want those leads going into your Aweber system versus coming into our internal autoresponder system, it tells you that you need to input your Aweber code, Queen, your Aweber list. What you need to do is click on Manage Lists, and then you'll see your various lists. So these are some lists I haven't started building just yet. I haven't started driving traffic to these lists. All right, but you'll click on the name of the list. All right, give me a moment. I want to make sure I'm not showing something that I don't need to be showing. And then what you're going to see is this unique list ID. You need to grab this list ID right here. And then input that where we tell you to input that in the video. So again, you went under tool. If you have Aweber or some other autoresponder, go in under tools, autoresponder messages, watch this video, and I'll ultimately do a video because I know we'll have a lot of Aweber users to make sure you're associating Aweber correctly in the system. Next question. And Queen, I've got 5 more minutes. Okay.
Okay. Can we refer our RAS leads to CRB?
Oh, certainly you can. Yeah, certainly. That's part of your following. Certainly.
And they want to know if you would provide a sample text message that they should use.
Hey, whoever asked me that, do me a favor, go into CRB and do a support ticket as a reminder, and I'll put something together for you.
How many positions out of 250 are still available? And I'm not sure what you
they're talking about the lifetime founders positions. I don't know exactly.
Oh.
We've got a few. We've got a few. So if that's something that you're interested in, support ticket us. Once you're ready for that. That's back there under. We talk about that under getting started. and we talk about it in the big picture number 2, I think, is when we start to talk about that.
Okay, I signed up for CRB, but the trial, but I'm not getting the autoresponder messages. Do you start getting those when you become a full paid member, or or should I be seeing those now?
You should be getting those autoresponder messages. Check your spam. Check your promotions folder. The reality is, no autoresponder is 100%. So I've got people in my AWeber, my commercial autoresponder that I pay for, that Queen, I have not. There was a guy, he's been in my autoresponder for years, and he hit me back the other day. He hit me up the other day. He said, "Man, I hadn't heard from you in a long time. You still around? What are you up to?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, you haven't been getting my messages?" He was like, "No, I haven't been getting my messages." So unfortunately, that's just, I don't know why that happens. Some ISPs block things. You should be getting them. It was interesting. I think it was, who was that? I forgot who. Kevin, I forget your last name. I know it starts with a B. Kevin, I know, for instance, you had opted in and you said you weren't getting the autoresponder messages. I had my programmer to opt in just to make sure there was nothing wrong. He's getting your autoresponder messages, and I opted into your capture page, and I'm getting your autoresponder messages. So that just happens from time to time. That's, that it doesn't matter what autoresponder you use. They're not 100% delivering every time to every person. So the only thing I could say is maybe
some systems do just block those messages, so some people will not get them.
Yeah, and it could be, who is your email provider? Yahoo might block. Gmail is friendlier to we marketers than Yahoo. So if you're not using a Gmail account, I would strongly recommend that you use a Gmail account. Next question.
1 minute left.
Okay.
So the last one.
Okay.
How can we track which capture page is working best for our advertising campaign?
You would have to actually use some type of third-party tracking type of link. I'll talk with my programmer and see if there's something that we can do internally. Let me make a note of that. Okay. Internal.
Do you speak Spanish?
Nope. Hola, ¿cómo
Will there be any
está?
capture pages? Will there be any capture pages in Spanish?
Not right now, but let me tell you one of the things down the road. Now, when I say down the road, don't expect this in the next month or anything like that, because we've got so much we've got to do now. But one of the things I expect that we will have, because we've got at Divee, we've got Spanish speakers. We've got the CEO. I don't know if he's a native Spanish speaker or a native English speaker. I don't know, because he speaks great English, and I don't know enough of Spanish to know if he's speaking great Spanish. But in any event, in time, we should have material either that the company has or that we're able to develop and get someone who speaks Spanish to do the presentation and all that good stuff. And so in time, we would look to have a Spanish capture pages. The only challenge is, as it relates to CRB, right now all the other training would be in English. So maybe the day comes, and maybe you can help me out with that if you are a Spanish speaker. What I'd love to have in time, again, this is not going to be something that's going to be there tomorrow or next month. I'd love to have someone that could take a lot of our content and now convert it over into Spanish. The challenge would be having Spanish support. That would be something that would be a little bit further down the road. Because if people are coming in because they're hearing a Spanish message, and now they start coming to support, other than hola, ¿cómo está? El baño, por favor. Other than a few things like that, I'm not very helpful. Dos botellas de agua, por favor. 2 bottles of water.
Thank you, everybody. The time is up. Doc has moved on to some other things right now.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate. Hey, those of you that do not have CRB, what the heck are you waiting on? And I hope you're seeing if you don't have it, you're going to leave so much money on the table. So make sure you go on and get CRB. If the person that you should be getting it from is AWOL, then let me tell you how to connect so that we can get you a link. Just send a.
Hey, while you're doing that, are we having a webinar on Thursday?
Yes, we are. We are back to our regular schedule. And so typically on Thursday nights is more of a marketing training night. We will on the back end talk a little Divee, on the back end talk a little CRB. We'll do it from this standpoint, Queen. We'll have marketing training that anyone in any business will benefit from. And then we'll say, look, here's one of the challenges. Most people struggle because they don't have a high quality laser targeted traffic. They don't have a lead capture page system. They're not building. Don't have a robust follow up system. And we've got a system that helps you with that, and it's going to help you generate some revenue, even if you're not good at marketing right now. $500 to $1,500 a month is what our target is, and you can use a portion of that as your marketing budget. And so that's how we'll do Thursday nights, marketing training that anybody can use, all right? And then on the back end, we've got Divee, CRB, Divee, for people to want to connect with you, to get to join you in Divee and CRB, but not taking away the fact that they want to promote their nutritional company or their weight loss company or what have you. That's what we'll do on Thursday night.
Very quickly.
Yes.
Is there going to be an update call with Lance on tomorrow?
No, the update is on Thursdays.
I mean Thursday. Well, yes.
Yeah. I will find out tomorrow. Lance normally has been doing a leadership call on Thursdays. Last week it was open up to everyone. So I'll find out tomorrow if he's got an update call, and then we'll make sure that you know in plenty of time. And for someone who's asking about RAS, yes, inside of CRB, we have not loaded this up yet. There's going to be quite a bit of information under the tools section about RAS and mobile marketing in general, okay? So yes, we will talk a lot about that. There are some things I want to talk to the developer about in terms of some potential modifications that I'd like to see. And so hopefully he'll be open to some of those modifications. And yes, we will be talking about RAS on the inside of CRB. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. We appreciate every one of you being on the webinar. We will let you know when our programmer has gotten those capture pages taken care of. All right, so we'll let you know that, and then you'll be free to go on and continue to promote those, and we'll let you know how things are going on with our Craigslist piece. Don't stop doing ads, or at least going through the course to get really good at the course material, so that once we've got everything up and running, you're ready to go and start getting good quality leads. Love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Click, rank, and bank. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.